Hey there, I'm Stephanie Shanti, and this is your yoga snack focused around twists. So we're going to do some lengthening of the side body and some twists in different orientations. This is really nice for kind of settling and soothing the spine, also the digestive system, really nice for kind of just general overall goodness. So we're going to start sitting up. We're going to take the twists in different orientations. You will need a block at some point between your knees. We're going to lie down and have the knees over the hips and something in between the knees. If you haven't got a block, just grab something that's quite sturdy, about the same width as a block, that you can squeeze in between your knees. All right, so we're going to sit up. So you could sit on a chair at this point. You could sit on some cushions. You can kneel up. I'm going to sit cross-legged. If you're sitting cross-legged, make sure you've got something underneath your hips. Really nice to be nice and upright here. It really helps to just have that little lift. It gives you a little bit more space to open. Nice wide belly, pubic bone rolling down. Nice lower back curve inwards. Feel the sternum lifting. Feel that you can open through the collarbones, take the shoulder heads back, and then feel the shoulder blades sliding down the back. And then just arrange your head. So you probably want to bring the throat back, the chin back and down a little bit maybe. Imagine there's some space in the back of the neck and the crown of the head reaching up. So let's just pause here for a few breaths. You can breathe in, expand the rib cage in all directions. As you breathe out, imagine the crown of the head reaching up and the pelvis reaching down. Loads of length into the spine. Breathing in, expanding in all directions through the rib cage. Breathing out, lengthening from the center, up and down in opposite directions. One more time like that. Breathing in. Breathing out. Imagine all the vertebrae having a bit of space in between each other, getting really tall and really grounded through the pelvis. Very nice. Bring the hands alongside the body. And as you breathe in, you're just going to take the arms out and up. Stretch. And look up if it's okay for your neck. And as you breathe out, take the arms out and down and drop the head. So we're just going to make some space in the side body, preparing for our twists. Breathing in and breathing out. So at the end of the out breath, the fingers are on the floor, the chin's down. Halfway through the in breath, my palms are facing front, head centered. And at the end of my in breath, my fingers are touching, my head's up. Very nice. And keep following the breath. We're going to inhale, take the arms up. This time as we exhale, we're going to reach over to the right, drop the right hand, and just allow the left hand to reach over. And then as you breathe in, press on the right hand and float back up. And then as you breathe out, drop the left hand and reach over to the left. Let the right hand just sink and fold. And then press on the left hand, come up, breathe in. And breathe out, nice and soft. No big, long held lines, just really fluid. Follow the breath, make some space in the side body. Be really soft. Follow the breath. Inhale as we come up. Exhale as we come down. Now inhale, come back up. And this time as you exhale, you're going to send the left hand forward and the right hand back. Turn the rib cage and turn the head to the side. And as you inhale, you're going to bring both hands back up. And as you exhale, right hand comes forward, left hand comes back. Turn the rib cage, look left, and as you inhale, arms come up. All right, exhale, twist. You could even take your left hand to your right thigh. Inhale up. Exhale down. Right hand to left thigh if you want to. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale back up. Stretch and look up. And as you exhale, bring the hands gently down. Very nice. Roll the shoulders a few times. And let's stretch the legs out. Just give them a little shake, wiggle the toes, roll the ankles. A little bit of release. Bouncing the knees. Do whatever you need to do if sitting cross-legged for that long was challenging for you. And also just getting some energy moving back into the body. So we're going to come to kneeling now. You might want a blanket under your knees for a bit of padding, especially if you're on a hard floor. You can just have a blanket stretched out across the width of your mat, about 2/3 down. And then just having the wrists underneath the shoulders, the knees under the hips. If you've got tight shoulders, you can take the hands a bit further forward, even wider. And just a bit of cat and cow. So dropping the belly, dropping the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other and looking forward. Breathe in deeply here. And then press the hands into the floor and use that to lift your belly up, lift your chest, spread out the shoulder blades and tuck the chin down to the chest. Breathing in. Drop the belly, drop the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, look forward and pressing on the floor. As you breathe out, pull the belly up, pull the pelvic floor up, pull the chest up, spread the shoulder blades, chin to chest. One more time like that. And maybe another time like that, because you can't have too much cat and cow in your life. Very nice. Somewhere between those two movements, not too much of a back bend, not too much of a forward bend, just nice, steady, even spine. We're going to go from side to side. So this time you inhale to center, your exhale drops your hips to one side and you turn to look at your feet on the other side. Inhale, bring the hips over the knees. Exhale, hips drop to one side, head turns to look at the opposite foot. So kick the knees on the floor, your inhale brings you up, and your exhale allows you to twist. Inhale back up. Just imagine you're lengthening the fibers on the side of the body there. As you exhale, and you might find this is quite nice one to really notice how over time these fibers get much more loose and fluid. The first time you do it, you sometimes don't feel like you can get anywhere. And then as you continue, you get a bit further. Very nice. Coming back to hands and knees, we're going to thread the needle. So I'm going to bring my right hand a little bit further into center. And then I'm going to press on it and I'm going to lift my left arm up. Stretch and breathe in. And then as I breathe out, I'm going to fold it through, drop my shoulder and cheek to the floor, but I'm going to press straight back up on the inhale because I want 3 goes before I hold. Exhale, thread it through, drop the shoulder and the cheek, but press back up on the right hand as you breathe in. Then as you breathe out, you're going to come and stay. So coming to stay, shoulder and head on the floor. You could always have a blanket under your head. Your right hand now could come up to the sky. My favourite is over the head. Some people like to take the hand behind them. Some people like to just keep the hand on the floor, the fingertips on the floor, pushing into the floor to take that shoulder blade back. Whatever's most useful to you, hold for a few breaths. Then your right hand is going to come back in front of your face. Press on it. As you inhale, come all the way back up. And as you exhale, bring the hand back. A little bit of cat and cow in between sides. Always nice to kind of come back before we go to the other side. And then we're going to take the left hand a little bit closer to center. Right hand lifts up as you inhale. As you exhale, it threads through onto the shoulder and cheek, but inhaling, you press right back up on that left hand. Take the right hand up. Exhale through. Inhale up. And this time we stay. Exhale, come down onto the shoulder, onto the head. You could always have a blanket. Arm can come up, over, behind. The hands can stay there and push the shoulder blade around. Whatever makes you feel happiest. Be happy. Some nice deep breaths. And then that left hand comes, pushes into the floor. As you breathe in, you unwind all the way up to the sky. And then exhale back into cat and cow, make some space. Very nice. Okay, so now we're going to come into downward facing dog just to stretch everything out. So we're lengthening the side body, we're lengthening the front, we're lengthening the back. Everything in that area, the twisty area, is going to lengthen. So tuck the toes under, press the hands into the floor, spread the fingers really wide, and just start to feel that you're really resisting the floor. The upper arms can squeeze in towards each other. Press down and forward with the hands. Lift the knees off the floor. Keep pressing forward with the hands as if the hands pressing forward is going to take your hips up and back. Now keep the heels up and the knees bent and just try and lengthen more from the hands to the hips. Really feel that your hands are deepening into the floor, plunging into the core of the earth. And then we're going to stretch one leg out. So I'm going to choose my left leg, straighten the knee, and press the heel down towards the floor. The right leg has got a deep bend in it, so it's really relaxed. Heel is up, the knee is bent on the right. Take a breath, and then change. So bend the left knee, lift the heel, straighten the right leg, press the heel down. Nice deep breath. Good. Both heels up, both knees bent. Look between the hands, bring the shoulders forward, the hips forward a bit. And you're just going to step forward. It doesn't matter how far. One foot, then the other foot. Feet hip distance. Soften the knees, drop the head. Now you can keep the hands there on the floor, or you might even want something higher to press onto. Or you can take the hands to the feet. You could even interlock or fold the arms. Keep the knees as bent as you want. Taking some breaths here, just stretching, tractioning the upper back as much as is safe for you. So if it doesn't feel right, put your hands on the floor so that you're not just hanging out in gravity. So coming up then, we're going to lift the head, press the hands into the floor, drop the bottom a bit and just bring the forearms onto the tops of the thighs. You might want to take the feet wider here. And just kind of in this weird squat chair type thing. Hands are together. You can look forward and you're going to find the power of the feet. The feet are going to push through the floor and you're going to lift your whole body up in a minute. So take a deep breath in. Power of the legs and feet. Feet push down, coming up as you breathe out. And then releasing. Very nice. Very nice. So take a couple of deep breaths there. And then we're going to do a little bit of swaying trees. Let me just make some more space here. So we're going to stretch the outside of the body. So feet hip distance apart. You're going to inhale and take the arms out and up. Oops. And as you exhale, interlink the fingers. As you inhale, turn the palms up to the sky, stretch. As you exhale, reach over to the right. So I'm pressing my right foot into the floor as I reach the hands up and to the right. I'm not coming down, I'm reaching up. I want to lengthen both sides. And I'm going to breathe deeply here. Press the right foot down and reach the arms up and right. Not a big side bend, it's a lengthening both sides. And then breathing in, come up. Breathing out over to the left. Press the left foot into the floor as you reach the arms up and away from that left leg. Breaths here. And then inhale, come up. And as you exhale, let the arms come down, flop in front, and then inhale, take them up again. Exhale, interlink the fingers, but now interlink them in the wrong way. Inhale, reach up. We're going to go to the second side first this time. So exhale over to the left. Press the left foot down. One deep breath here. In, strengthen and lengthen both sides. And out to relax into that stretch. Inhale, coming up. Exhale over to the right. Press the right foot down. Inhale, lift and lengthen both sides. Exhale, soften into the stretch. And then inhale up. And exhale, flop, and then just do a few little nice kind of infinity symbols with your arms. Very nice. Now I'm going to do a little twist. So I'm going to have a wall next to me. I'm going to have the wall next to me. I'm holding it onto with my hand, holding onto it with my hand. So I've got the wall onto my right. So my right hand is on the wall. My left foot is going to be my supporting foot. So I'm going to bring my right leg up. You could do this without a wall, but we'll do it with the wall first. And I'm going to take my knee is going to go straight forward. I'm going to take my left hand to the outside of my right knee. I'm not going to let it come across my body. So if I'm forward, I'm going to keep my knee forward. As I take it, I'm going to push my knee into it so that I can actually turn the rib cage around. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I don't want to turn, it's not like a spinal twist where I'm moving the knee over. The knee is going to stay straight and I'm going to turn my rib cage. So take the left hand to the outside of the right knee, push the right knee into the left hand, and really as if you want to really push the outside of the knee into your hand. Take your arm up the wall and then start to take it around the wall and turn the rib cage towards the wall. You can do this without the wall then if you want to. Bring your hand onto your hip. Keep pressing that outside of the right knee into your hand, strengthening that outside so that your rib cage can turn and not your pelvis. Woo. And then come back. Very nice standing twist. And you don't have to do it with the wall. It's nice to start with the wall and then let the wall go. So we'll do the other side. So I've got my hand on the wall. It's just here in line with my shoulder. My left knee is going to come up now. My right hand's going to go to the outside of the left knee. And again, I'm going to push the left knee into the hand so that I'm not pulling the left knee across the body. I'm going to stretch my arm up, reach it back, turn the rib cage, keep pushing the knee into the hand. You could then take the hand away from the wall if you want to. You could stretch it behind you, you could bring it to the hip, or you could have it resting on the wall to help the rib cage turn. Some strength in the outside of that left leg then as it pushes. You can really feel that IT band switching on. Ah! Good job there's a wall here. Very nice. And then come back to center. Very good. All right, so then we're going to come down and we're going to lie down. We're going to have a block handy. And we're also going to have, I don't think I told you this, but we're going to have some pillows handy or a bolster or a cushion. It's just so that we can settle into a twist at the end, so it's a bit more restorative. So just have something handy. So we've got a block first. And we're going to come down onto our back and just do a little bit of windscreen wiping to begin with. So I'm going to have the back of my head on the floor, back of my pelvis on the floor, feet on the floor. And I'm just going to, you can have the hands on your belly, you can have the hands in a t-shirt, you can have the hands over your head. Doing a bit of windscreen wiping with the knees going one side to side. Some space between your feet. You don't want the feet together really with this one. You want to feel there's lots of space. And just concentrate on that lovely massage, that nice gentle compression in the back of the hips. Just releasing a bit of tension from the twists now. If you want to work with the breath, the exhale is going to drop your knees, the inhale is going to change, and the exhale drops the knees. Nice, and then come back to center. Take your block and you're going to bring the knees over the hips and just squeeze the block in between the knees. And you might want to have cactus arms with this one, it's quite nice. I'm going to have to just make a little bit more space here. Knees over the hips, and we're not going to go very far with this one. We're going to exhale and just take the knees a little way. So the aim is not to get the knees on the floor, it's actually to resist that. So I just take the knees a little way, and as I inhale, I bring them back to center. And as I exhale, I take the knees to the other side a little way. And as I inhale, I bring them back to center. So this is an abdominal twist. It's actually making the abdominal muscles work eccentrically. So they're lengthening and they're contracting because gravity wants my knees to fall down. But with this block in between and with me not letting the knees fall, they're having to resist that. So this is quite a nice, really nice one for improving your abdominal muscles, and really it's very nice for the lower back. Very nice. And then we're going to keep the block there. Then at this point, you're going to bring the feet down. So I want to twist my knees to the left, but I'm going to first of all move my hips to the right. That's going to make it a much more comfortable twist for me, and kind of safer for my lower back. It just, it just makes it a more pleasurable twist in my experience. So here I was centered. I'm going to be taking my knees to the left, but I'm going to move my hips to the right. Then I'm going to lift my knees back up, and I'm going to grab my padding. So I've got a couple of pillows here, and they're going to start kind of like the top of the pillow in line with my hips, so that in theory I want my knee and my ankle to be resting on the pillow. So then I'm going to take my knees over so that I can rest everything there, and then I can bring my left ribs towards that pillow a little bit and open up. So I might be able to cactus, I might want my hand on my ribs if I'm not. Cactus is a bit uncomfortable. I could have this left hand over, or I could use it to weight down that upper knee. I can have my head up to the sky, or I can look over to the right. And I'm going to settle in for a minute or two. And then bring my head back to center. I'm going to keep the block between my knees. I'm going to very gently bring my feet back to the floor and then bring my hips back to center. So now I'm completely centered. So now what I'm going to do is get this block, this prop, these pillows, move them across my chest and then over to the other side. So the top's going to be in line with my hip and the bottom's going to be in line with my ankle. So they're there ready. Then, because I'm going to twist to the right, I'm going to move my hips to the left. Then I'm going to bring my knees over my hips, and then I'm going to take the legs onto the block. Then I'm going to adjust my rib cage. I do need a bit more space because I've got a wall in the way. That's better. And I'm going to take my hand onto this top knee. And I've got my elbow on my pillow. I've got my right ribs close to the pillow. And then my left arm can be in cactus. It can be out. Anywhere you want. Head can be up to the sky or over to the left. Just hanging out. And if you did want two pillows, you could have one pillow. You could even do this twist without anything. But to make it a bit more restorative, like so very little muscular effort, more kind of just sorting out nervous system really. More support is better. Less is more. And then very gently bring the head up, bring the knees up, bring the feet back to the floor, and then bring your hips back in line. And then just rest here. You can take your block out, you can take your feet a little bit wider, your knees into touch, just spread out the space behind the hips, spread out between the shoulder blades, and just pause there. And just think about how you feel. You've twisted and squeezed everything around in all different orientations. And I hope that really leaves you feeling nice and refreshed. I do find that twists are quite refreshing. So to come out, you can just turn over to one side, gently push yourself up, and go about your day. And let me know what you think, and I'll see you at the next snack.